different process routes, it is all totally depend on his expertization and his experience. So each organization will be suffering due to this experience of the planning engineer, and it is not standardized. Since we are talking about the global quality, so globalization, that means the process route or process planning, what you are going to do, you should have some standard inputs. Everyone can able to accept them. So that can be possible only by using the computer-aided process planning, the CAPP, computer-aided process planning. So the benefits I had given, that we can able to standardize the method, and we can increase the productivity of a planner, because the planning engineer, the same amount of work or the mind, the these thoughts he can put into some other work also, and in total it will be reducing the inventory of the system and reduce the manufacturing lead time. Then improve the legibility. That means it can improve the standards of the drawings or the standards of work output sheets which are given by the process planner. And since it is the thing which we are going to get it from the computer output, it will be standard one, and we can even use parallelly some of the application softwares, like we are going to think about the electricity requirement, the cost of the material, the raw material requirement, even we can have connectivity with the shaft floor, all this. Okay, there are two types of production planning, retrieval and generative. I'm repeating many times because these are very retrieval and generative. The name itself is carrying 50% of the thing what we are going to discuss. Retrieval, something we are going to retrieve from the system. That means already the process planning software is available. From the process planning software, we are going to retrieve the informations. That means we are going to retrieve some informations, do the editing, then we are going to execute it. In a generative cap, the system itself will be generating everything by artificial intelligence or neural networking and all these, some of the high level languages and some of the things we can able to generate the requirement by the computer itself. So these are the two differences we can find, the generative and retrieval. Okay, and retrieval I have discussed, and the how the retrieval will be done. So retrieval we are going to do the part, the previous class also I have shown one of the industry how they are planning it. Once again, if it is required, I'll show that. See, this is one, the actual one. See, this is the main order they have received. The main order will be the main part, which will be having so many sub-component. Once you click onto this, it is already done at the Department of Design. The Department of Design have completed this. Once after this, this will be automatically taken. The information will be taken by the planning engineer and manufacturing engineer and all these people. Okay, and these are the subparts required, the subpart requirement, and these are the names of the subpart requirement. Okay, and what are the quantities they are required. Okay, and description about this particular different subcomponents. And if it is so, I took only one subcomponent, and what would be the cost of this one, the quantity required. Okay, and whether you have to give it outside or within the system itself, we can do it. And so many informations you can get. Along with that, the cost, along with the cost we can get. And with that, what are the operations to be done? If it is so, what is the cycle time and what is the weightage we have to give? Okay, and you can see that where all the cycle time will be more, the weightage will be given more. You can see that. Okay, and what are the operations to be done? Which machine or which work center how to do this operation? And this is the actual the control, the material flow control, which have taken from the one of the industry. Okay, and this is how the part family and coding, and once after the coding, we are going to take it, and we are going to plan in a proper way, like where all the machining have to be done, where all the plan have to be executed. And this is what the generative plate. If you cannot able to write this, first you just these are the important things you have to remember. Okay, the preparatory stage. At the preparatory stage, selecting the coding and form the part families. For example, I have 8 mm bolt, 20 mm bolt, and 22 mm bolt, and 6 mm bolt. On these, we have to do the threading operation. So even though the diameters are different, these are taken to one family. Okay, and coding is one, threading is one code, and milling is other code, and shaping is other code. The coding and the part family. Okay, once after that, the preparation sheet will be taken, and the information which are available from them, we are going to retrieve some of the standards and compare. Then you come out with a plan, and that will be ready for the material requirement planning. We are going to give it, and generative and all these are given. The production plan and control systems. What are the control systems? The controlling over the machine, material, and man, which will be giving you the control. Okay, which will be giving you the control. And once after that, we are going to have the what we are going to do? We are going to have the aggregate production planning. The aggregate production planning is in the sense it is for the entire 1 year. Entire 1 year. Okay, entire 1 year, and out of which aggregate planning we are going to create master production planning. The master production planning is one which is narrowing the aggregate production planning for a particular product only. And material requirement plan. So material requirement plan will be giving you the detailed idea about planning. If someone will call again, it will be hinged. Okay. Okay. Once after aggregate planning, into the picture. After this, we are going to have the capacity planning. Capacity planning is the capacity of the plant with all these available resources. Then aggregate planning and detailed planning already we have discussed, and the production control, the shop floor control, inventory control, manufacturing resource planning. Okay, and this particular this is the heart of this. This you have to make a practice of writing. Remaining all, if you cannot able to write, no problem. Aggregate planning has to come first. Detailed planning, production control, and operation. Okay. After this, the material requirement planning. Just we have discussed about these material requirement planning. Okay. The material requirement planning is having the 3 important inputs. One is the master production schedule and bill of material and inventory record. That means this inventory record file will be giving you the availability of the raw material, and to execute this work onto this bill of material. With this bill of material and the inventory, and we can take the production master production schedule and we can execute this planning. Okay, work in process and its benefit and work outputs, and the capacity planning and computed quality control. The important things I told: release, schedule, and progress. RSP, order release, order schedule, and order progress. Okay, this already we have discussed. Then